downing the ball inside the 10 several times. We were really good in our return game. Good with penalties. For the most part, we weren't very penalized. We were even with turnovers, right? We intercepted one, and then they blocked a punt, which is basically the same thing, so we were even with turnovers. Obviously, offensively, we played really well. Spencer was really good. Wideouts made plays. Backs, I did a nice job, took care of the football, made plays. Played pretty good up front. Without watching the tape, looks like to me we need to improve in run blocking some. Looked like we could have run blocked a little better. We did protect good. I thought our protection was really good. Defensively, we played good up until the middle of the third quarter, and we had a lot of young guys get a taste of what it's like to be out there. So I told them in the locker room that, we try to tell them that the game goes fast, plays fast, but there's just no substitute for being in the game. So, you look at 11, you look at 0, 3, 2, 7, even 1 for us, even though he's played a little bit, but he's new for us. All those young guys got thrown in the fire, and I mentioned to you guys that I thought they do a really good job on offense. They have good schemes. They have good concepts. They know what they're doing. They do a good job with 12 personnel, with 2 tight ends and some play action stuff and some different things. So I give them some credit for really good scheme and concepts. But good to get the win. We've got a lot of work to do in all areas. I told them that. We'll practice tomorrow and then give them Saturday off and then back at it Sunday and get ready for the next one.
About before the season, just like the offense going faster and kind of really pushing the tempo. I know Spencer talked about how he looked forward to doing that. What did you think of the way the offense was able to move so quickly, especially early on?
We were very effective playing fast, and one thing that works against us a little bit is once you get ahead by, I think we were ahead by 4 touchdowns, and obviously you don't want to play fast, so then you slow down, and we're probably not as good at that as we are by playing fast. But I was pleased with our ability to play fast and make plays in space.
Is that the ideal speed you want with the offense?
That was good. I thought we were good. I thought we were clean. Again, I thought we were really good in protection. They had played well last year in pass rush mode. This team did. And so I was a little concerned about that, but I thought our guys handled it pretty well. We've got to do a better job coming off on the backers and getting up on the second-level guys sometime in the inside run game.
Coach, is there anything significant about that football you brought in?
That's the 150 one. Yeah, Chad Weiberg presented that to me in the locker room, so that was nice. It's a cool deal. Like I told the team, takes a lot of really, really quality people and good young men for a guy to stay in one place long enough to win 150 games. I'm just lucky enough to be along for the ride, but it's pretty cool.
Based on what you can see without obviously having looked at tape, how'd you feel your back 7 played?
I'm going to say average is all I can say. I mean, I could see some of that without looking at the tape. And when I watched it, most of it was young guys. And so there's a learning process, and I say this, I've said it to you guys, they got to grow up quick. But they'll be better in the next game than they were in this game just from being out there and making mistakes. So our philosophy is when you make mistakes, which we know you're going to, that's just the way it is, make them go in full speed. And then now the coaches have to identify what the issues were. Sometimes it can be the offense and defensive or special teams coaches. It might not be the players. Coaches sometimes share some of that. So we identify what the issue was, where it was coaches, where it was the call, whether we got schemed on certain things, or if it's the player, what's the solution to it, correct it, put a plan in place, try to be better next week. But I'm going to guess that we were average, and a lot of it was had to do with youth.
What was it like seeing
Good.
You're off and putting up the numbers you did.
Yeah, it was good to see him out there. You know, he's fast, experienced. No substitute for experience. I mean, he's in, year 5, something like that. So you saw what a mature player can do. Good to have him back out there. I think he got tired from not playing in games. I think that it caught up to him a little bit, which is fine. But it was good to have him out there.
Mike, you mentioned Spencer's overall performance tonight, but after you guys are tied 7-7 right before the safety, he hops a pass to one of the Green twins, and after that, it looked like he hit the accelerator. Was there conversation on the sideline? Did he make a switch? What happened there?
Nothing. He didn't set his feet. He got flat-footed and got his legs spread. He was on his heels, and that's what happens most of the time. Now, he's very athletic. There's times he gets away with that, but he underthrew that ball. He had a couple drops, 2 or 3 drops also, but knock on wood, he's really good. He understands our concepts. He understands second nature for him to know where to go with the ball, and it was a big advantage for us.
Did you feel like it was a little tough sledding right there for you guys, the way that Spencer was able to get going, just to react in that moment? Is that part of the evolution for him as you've seen him over the years?
In which moment?
Just after that, you guys get the safety, and then I think you scored every possession from there on out in the half.
So just his experience. It's just so difficult to get young people ready to play without going out and making mistakes and playing. And, Spencer is a really good player now, guys. I'm telling you, he's good at what he does. And you saw what happens when you give him a little protection. Our guys protected good tonight. You see what happens. Sometimes people kind of nag on him a little bit, but usually when he's not protected very well. But if you go back to when he was playing his redshirt freshman and sophomore years, a bunch of you have been covering this forever, he didn't look anything like that. He just hadn't had the experience. And now it's become second nature for him, and he gets it and he has a feel for it. So that's a big advantage for us.
How did you think ETN did in his first kind of?
I thought he did good. I heard a couple times that they weren't real fired up about things, but that's normal. I told him I'm not real excited about starting the game with the procedure penalty. I wasn't too fired up about that. But he said, Coach, I was just ready to go, which I just given him a hard time. But, he hadn't played in, 2.5, 3 years or something. Been a long time since he's played. So he should be one of those guys that improves. But I'm very, very pleased with what he's done with his body over the last 18 months and put himself in a position. And he should learn and grow as we progress here because he has all the physical tools. Now just the speed of the game and everything will become a big advantage for him the more games and more reps he gets. Coach Mason? On the phones, good. Communication, good. Didn't get flustered. From that standpoint, all that was good. I have to watch tape on that side of the ball to know. I can tell you a lot more about offense because that's what I live. The other side of the ball, if I'm not watching tape, it's hard for me to really know what's going on at this time, okay? Because I don't want to go down during the game and start getting answers from them because I just slow them up from coaching and making adjustments. But, I'm going to guess that he's not pleased with them being able to get that many yards and score that many points. Now, I haven't talked to him, but I'm going to guess it. But I was pleased with his demeanor on the headphones during the game.
Run block better. How do you think the backs did in general?
I thought the backs were pretty good. And I say that, I'm always hard on the offensive line, so you guys know that. But I know there was a few times we didn't get up on the backers. But I thought the backs ran pretty hard. I thought they did a good job, and it looked like to me that we had good ball security, and I thought they were in attack mode, and so I was pleased with them.
Where did that goal line formation come from? You used it a couple times. One with the Dominic's touchdown, one with Zach Middleton's touchdown.
Our offensive staff, in the off season, we felt like that we needed to have a package in short yardage goal line under the center where we're not standing 5.5 yards deep. We take the snap on 3rd and 1 or, second or third and goal from the 2. it's not real easy to do it. We've worked it all spring, we worked it all summer, and we worked it in August, and it's has been beneficial for us tonight. But there's a lot of comments about that. But we're not an under the center team. We play in the gun. The number of snaps that we've had under center in my career here compared to in the gun is probably less than 1%. Maybe worse than that. Probably less than half of 1%. So we have to really work at that to have faith to get under the center and do that in those situations. I don't know if you were, you're probably so young that you weren't covering it, but we played down at Oklahoma, Mason Rudolph's year, and went right down the field doing our stuff, and then we went under the center on the 2-yard line and fumbled because we don't practice all the time. And so then you think, is the risk reward worth it? But we wanted to be better on short yardage and goal line than we were last year, so that's something that they worked on, and obviously it worked out well for us tonight.
Is kind of a quiet guy. What exactly was the presentation like in the locker room when you got your 150th ball?
You said I'm a quiet guy? Oh, Chad is a quiet guy. And he did admit that he knew that I would be embarrassed and not but I really did. I did appreciate it and had nice things to say about me. And but really the truth is, right, it's a big operation, about 190 people. And over a period of years, that's what it takes. And we have a good group. We have 127 guys. They're good guys. They're good quality people. They do well in school. They work hard. And so, there's no way that could take place without a whole bunch of people. That's for sure.
Michael, were both defenses, particularly early, sort of committed to stopping the run?
Most of what?
Were both sides, both you and Central Michigan, committed to stopping the run?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you were up there the other day, but I told people that I thought my concern with them, well, you was there, I think, the press conference, is them lining up and trying to pound us. And they didn't do that. They got in a lot of heavy sets in different formations and free released everybody and threw the ball to the backs and tight ends quick and a lot of wheel routes and such. I'm almost certain that I'm going to throw a number out there, the first 25 throws, I don't think any of them went past 8 yards. So the approach that they took was, and I'm speaking for them, I could be wrong, was I'm not sure we can protect against their edge pressure, don't hold the ball, just free release everybody and get rid of it, and it worked out well for them. They didn't try to pound as much as what I thought they would have. Well, I mean, this is a big deal because this is a big deal for a long time. But everybody wants to see their kids do good and go out there and he's 3 more plays and get a little bit more experience. But no, I was proud of him.
For the first time, I guess, what was your first initial reaction when you see another Gundy playing quarterback?
Well, I'm proud of him. Like I mentioned, obviously I knew he was coming out because we talked about it. And if, we ended up giving up the last touchdown, or we could have played a little bit more offense, but so we had to, go back into a 4-minute mode and kind of protect ourselves from something crazy happening. But again, we've got, a fantastic quarterback, and we got 2 good young prospects that deserve to play if they get a chance. Me. Clearly me.
Do you have an update on Jaden Bray?
What's that?
Do you have an update on Jaden Bray?
We check him weekly. We get him wrapped up in a splint. We get him, I don't know what it is, they keep him that way, and we check him weekly.
Tonight, Mike, the fact that there's still some familiarizing going on between Derek and his guys on defense?
I hate to step out there. I'm going to say maybe not as much as people would think. There's just a lot of young guys out there. And when you have a number of young guys in positions like that, even the second-level guys, they're just learning on the run. 11 and 0 and 4 have never played. And last year you had Malcolm, who's played in 200 games, and Harper, who is a 9th-year senior, and they've been there so much. And then you had Bernard and McAllister. You had so many experienced guys back there that we were able to rely on and do a lot of different things. So were there mistakes made? Sure. Do we wish that they would have played better? Sure. I'll have a better answer for you. When's my press conference? Monday? Monday. I'll be able to give you a better answer. You guys good? Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Mike.